This weekend, the racing world goes into overtime again with triple headers from the Sprint Cup Series, IndyCar, and Formula One. Oh, and let's not forget that guy, Kyle Busch. Hi, I'm Rob D'Amico alongside Michelle Rahal. This is ChannelShift.com, your sports world on demand. The Sprint Cup goes to Pocono this weekend with Kyle Busch atop the points and Toyota on a rampage. Last year, it was Jeff Gordon who claimed the first race, and then Kurt Busch who took the second in the land of the heart-shaped tubs.
Your favorite.
Yeah, I was going to say, he knows all about those. This year, look for the Toyotas to be strong at the three-turn oval, where horsepower and handling count.
Well, the Nationwide Series takes a trip to Nashville on Saturday with Kyle Busch flying from Texas after the truck race on Friday to Nashville on Saturday, then to the Sprint Cup race on Sunday. Busch is on a tear, but look for Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, and Carl Edwards to give him a run for his money. I think with a lack of Cup drivers here, what we're going to see is they're really going to take the fight to Kyle Busch.
Well, I love all those names you just mentioned. They are going to put on one hell of a show out there. No doubt in my mind that that is going to be a race to watch.
It may be the race to watch, at least in the Stock Car Series for America this weekend.
Well, the trucks are running at Texas with the Indy cars on Friday. Can Scott Speed retain the momentum off of his win at Dover, or will the veterans take him to school on the super fast 1.5-mile track? And the big question is, can anybody beat Kyle Busch?
I don't know if they can. This is a super fast track, 1.5 miles, but ultra fast. The Indy cars are going to be on an absolute wild show, as they always do. But what I think is very important here is the trucks put on one heck of a show here. And can Kyle Busch do it? I don't know. I mean, Scott Speed, it's a different track. It's not Dover. Dover's a different deal. This thing is very high speed, a lot of G-forces, a lot of handling is going to be required. I'm not sure that Scott Speed can do it. I'm not sure Kyle Busch can do it again.
Well, luckily for Kyle Busch, this is his first race off the big triple duty weekend. I think he's got the willpower at the beginning of this, but then once you get to Nashville and then Pocono, that's going to be tough for this kid, really tough. I mean, he's got time to sleep, but he's got to get his power back up. I mean, he's going to be worn down.
I don't know how he's going to do it. I agree with you. I think Pocono is going to be the toughest race that he runs in Sprint Cup, and I'm not expecting him to win there, by the way. Well, in Texas, the IndyCar crowd goes at it on one of the fastest tracks in America. These cars hit speeds of 225 miles an hour, and this track has produced some of the closest finishes in the series. The big question that remains is, how will the Champ Car transfer drivers do? Probably not too well, Rob. Expect to see the teams who've had the data from last year and all the error parts to make these cars handle. Penske, Andretti Green, and Ganassi should be the front runners, but surprises do happen, but don't rule out Oriol Servia or Graham Rahal.
I think it's going to be tough for these guys. These transition drivers are going to struggle at this mile-and-a-half track. This is a very fast track. Now, when we talk about road racers and some of the smaller tracks, they do get off the corners a little bit better. Even in NASCAR, that does equate to that, where these open-wheel drivers and some of the F1 guys coming over do better on some of the smaller tracks. These mile-and-a-halves are tough for everybody.
Yeah, they are. They're a wholly different thing. The cornered, the squared off tracks, and you're right, Formula car drivers seem to be able to navigate those corners in a much more traditional way.
Speaking of one of those open wheel drivers, how about Jacques Villeneuve and some of the rumors swirling about him trying to get money to get back into NASCAR?
It's not a rumor at all. He has employed Barry Green, who is one of the former team owners of his, for 2 teams. And Barry is actually out there trying to beat the bushes and get the money, and it's a lot of money, between $15 and $30 million.
Not Kyle Busch, the Busch is. All right, TNT will take over. We had Fox, who had it the first part of the season in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. Now, what's going to happen here? Are we going to see the ratings go back down? Because now we're just dealing with a cable channel here. TNT takes over for the next 6 races during the summer. What are your thoughts?
It has to be that way. I mean, the ratings will have to go down, although most American homes do have cable of some sort. But I still think the ratings will drop just because it is cable, and so many people are still attuned to broadcast television, the big 3.
All right, let's hit a rumor real quick. Verizon to buy Alltel. We saw all this go on when AT&T bought Singular.
That's right.
Now AT&T is still on that car. When Verizon comes in, if it does take place, does Alltel give up the spot for Verizon, and will there be more lawsuits on this one?
There could be more lawsuits. I think what's going to happen is this will end up being allowed because a precedent has already been set. The big thing is if someone tries to buy Sprint, how many name changes did they put in the contract that they were allowed before they said no more?
All right, all interesting stuff. Well, hopefully you got up to speed on all that. For Michelle Rail, I'm Rob D'Amico. Thanks for watching.